Hey guys, Dave here. And yes, I'm getting back to trying to talk about you are my favorite things, stuff going on with the Arrowverse. I think everyone knows essentially things that have happened, like the season finale with The Flash and things like that. Hopefully, I shouldn't have to put up a spoiler warning. Everyone pretty much knows what's going on. So, without further ado, let's get down to it. Okay, I want to talk about the Crisis on Infinite Earths. That's going to be the huge crossover that's going on when the shows come back this fall, and it's going to be bittersweet. We know for a fact that we're only going to have 10 episodes for the season for Arrow, and well, because of Oliver's sacrifice, we're very likely because back during Elseworlds, Supergirl and the Flash were about to sacrifice their lives, burning up, trying to push the world essentially to slow time down. Now, the moment there's mention now, things are certainly faded, and things don't only have to happen unless there's something to fill in the balance. Well, Oliver apparently has made some kind of deal. But the thing is, at best, it looks like he's done a deal to save only one of them, Supergirl. And everything else is still leading up to the possibility that Barry is going to be either disappearing into the Speed Force or dying come the midway point of the season. So, what is it? I mean, in the comics, Barry did sacrifice himself in order to stop a tachyon blast, which unfortunately it ended up burning him up, and we ended up getting glimpses of him going back in time, slowly dying. Eventually, Wally took over the Flash position. But with Keenan Lonsdale leaving the show, will he be returning? Will he assume the mantle of the Flash? I don't know. But the thing is, if Oliver and his deal means he's going to be taking one of their places, particularly Kara, then that's only one person. Who else is going to die and be considered the sacrifice that would cover for Barry's death? I mean, is that even possible at this time? These are all things to think about. Also, coming up in The Flash, since Cisco Ramon, a.k.a. Carlos Valdez, is leaving the show, he no longer has his vibe powers, and he's trying to make most of a normal life. Good on him. He's put in enough time. But the thing is, Star Labs is losing one heck of a tech genius, not to mention somebody with very decent powers. So, what happens now? Now, Star Labs is going to be getting someone else. Apparently, they are looking for a new African-American tech guy that's going to be joining Star Labs. They've also mentioned how he's going to be very interested in alien technology. So, don't know who that's going to be. And I can't immediately think of somebody that would fit. However, there's somebody I would personally like to fit in. And that would be Will Everett, a.k.a. Amazing Man. See, I personally like Amazing Man since his premiere back in the day. This is a guy that has the ability. I mean, one thing, he's an Olympic level athlete, so I wouldn't be surprised that this guy actually, was a teammate for on the Olympics, then teammate with Curtis Holt. So and that would be pretty cool. So there might be that little extra thing in there. But Will Everett has the ability to touch something and duplicate its physical properties. So if he touches concrete or steel, he ends up essentially becoming a living thing of concrete or steel. So he has their strength, durability, whatever. One of my favorite things that happened in the comics was he surprised the heck out of the bad guys by grabbing a rubber ball, and suddenly he was able to bounce, hit the bad guys, and even stretch. Not quite as good as, say, Ralph can, but still, it's something. And given that somebody has that kind of ability to change around their molecules, someone that's a bit of a tech genius would probably have a big advantage to know what materials to touch in order to fight what. I mean, forget a utility belt. All you need is something that contain various elements you can touch, grab. Next thing you know, he's pretty darn fast, tough, or whatever the situation they need. I want to see Amazing Man. I mean, if Ralph Dibny was one of the guys that was supposed to die, but Flashpoint changed things around so he's alive, I say we should be able to get him or somebody else that was originally named as one of the people that died and brought back. I want to see Amazing Man. That would be freaking awesome. Let's see. Legends of Tomorrow. It looks like they're going back to kind of what they were doing, but this time they're going to be dealing with souls let out of hell, and they're essentially going to be going after ghosts that are going to be possessing people, and essentially like some of the worst, like Genghis Khan, Attila the Hun, Hitler, stuff like that. So they're going after the souls of baddies and essentially being Ghostbusters, sending them back to hell. So it should be interesting. But with all the rumors I've been hearing about a possible second season for Constantine, will John Constantine still be on the Legends? Not to mention, they've been losing members here and there. So who's going to be the new person to join? I don't know, but it'll be interesting to see. Let's see. With Arrow going away, it's going to be kind of bittersweet, but it looks like Batwoman's going to be coming in to fill the void of the street superhero. And I understand that the first episode is going to be the pilot, which will be taking place well before what happened on Elseworlds, because it's essentially going to be her origin story. But it's looking positive, and that's a Black Lightning. Well, no one's really sure if they're going to be joining or not. The show's creator has admitted that they like it having in its own universe, so that they're doing their own thing. But eventually, they know they're going to end up crossing over. Will the Crisis on Infinite Earths be going to have to cross over? Well, if they're on a different Earth than Earth 1 or 38, if the Crisis goes down the way it should, all those other Earths should be merging. So they should all come together, and at the end of Crisis, it looks like Black Lightning and those other heroes like Thunder and Lightning will be in a part of the now Arrow Earth, because there'll only be one. I can see why they're getting rid of Vibe, because, well, he's good when it comes to other dimensions and realities, but if there are not going to be any more realities, then it is kind of a moot point. So there's that. But what else might be happening? I mean, I'm trying to think. We've got Arrow, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Batwoman, Black Lightning. So, yeah. Oh, Supergirl. They're going to be covering this bad guy thing, Leviathan. So, is it a demon? Is it an organization? I think it's actually a bit of both. And hopefully we'll get to see more Legion of Superheroes. I mean, Brainiac 5, definitely fun. I like him. And not to mention the romance he's starting with Dream Girl seems really cool. So, is it possible that if they fix whatever the problem was in the future that erased Brainy from existence, will Wynn be coming back to the DEO? Will we be getting to see more Legionnaires? I personally hope so. And I'm not ashamed to say this. One of my favorite Legionnaires of all time, Ultra Boy. Now, I know given things in the comics and shows today, Ultra Boy might be a little bit of a wonky thing, but he was actually created by one of the creators of Superman. So the guy's got clout. Not to mention, it takes a lot of planning to be able to figure out what to do as far as your powers. Now, Ultra Boy is a guy that has the same types of powers, if not a little bit better, than a Kryptonian's. Super strength, super speed, flight, invulnerability, and a couple of vision powers are actually better than Kryptonians. Instead of X-ray vision, they have penetravision, which means they can see through anything, including lead. That could be a big advantage. Also, instead of heat vision, they have flash vision, which is supposed to be hotter. Now, on the plus side, they're not vulnerable to kryptonite, which is a plus. The bad news is, because of the ultra energy that's imbued into his body, Ultra Boy can only use one power at a time. So yeah, if he's super strong, he's not invulnerable. So he may be able to dish it out, but he couldn't necessarily take more than a couple shots or he'd be dead. Super speed is good, but then he wouldn't have his vision powers. So it's little stuff like that. So you got to know what the heck you're doing in order to really be effective. On the plus side, as a Legionnaire, with the flight ring, he can fly and use one of his other abilities at the same time. So that's a plus. I really like Ultra Boy. What can I say? I hope we get to see him on the show. But as far as for other possibilities in the show, I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. Anyway, this is what I believe is coming up this season for the various shows in the Arrowverse. So, which I guess will, after Crisis, will be narrowed down to Arrow Earth. It kind of has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Anyway, what do you guys think is going to happen? And is there anyone you'd like to see show up? Who do you think is going to die besides Oliver to fill the debt that Supergirl and the Flash were originally going to die? Will Barry still be dying? See, that's the thing. If he still is going to be set to die, then maybe no one's going to be able to replace him. So Oliver only saved Supergirl. This is something to contemplate. What do you guys think? Please like, comment, subscribe, share, and let's get a discussion going. Help me to take my mind off the crap I'm dealing with right now, okay? Thanks, guys. Peace.